It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A 22-year-old Mayfield man has handed himself into police over the alleged one-punch attack on Merewether professional surfer Jake Sylvester. Sylvester was celebrating with friends at the family hotel in Newcastle on Friday after taking part in the Surf Aid Cup when he was knocked to the ground during a scuffle outside the pub, fracturing the back of his skull when his head hit the footpath. The 23-year-old is now being assessed for brain damage at the John Hunter Hospital. Jake's father, Kim, has told NBN it's come as a terrible shock.
It's every parent's nightmare to get a call at midnight. You only want your kids to go out and have a good time and come home to you safe.
Managers of a Hunter disability group say they've been forced to move a severely autistic 13-year-old girl after worried neighbours reported them to police. The Herald reports Allambie Care has confirmed they moved the girl from the Belmont address and have now also moved her from a Boolaroo home due to her nighttime screaming and other behavioural issues. The chief executive of the care organisation says the girl was abused by a neighbour. However, residents have denied the claims and say they were abused by Allambie staff when they reported them to police. Lake Macquarie Police say they found drugs, guns and ammunition after stopping a car at Belmont South. Officers pulled over a silver BMW on the Pacific Highway at about 5 yesterday afternoon and spoke with the driver before searching the vehicle. Jordan Hammersmith from Police Headquarters says the driver is due to face court today, charged with 12 offences.
During a search of the vehicle, police allegedly located methamphetamine, firearms and ammunition. The driver, a 25-year-old man, was arrested after a short foot pursuit and taken to Belmont Police Station. He was charged with a string of offences, including possess prohibited weapon, possess prohibited drug, and supply prohibited drug. He was refused bail to appear at Newcastle Local Court today.
A 22-year-old Newcastle footballer has died in hospital from meningococcal disease. It's the second case of the disease in the Hunter this year and the first fatality. Close contacts of the man are being treated with clearance antibiotics as a precaution. Meningococcal disease is fatal in around 10% of cases. A landmark case being brought against the Newcastle Knights could force a review of concussion protocols by the NRL. Former Knights first grader James McManus is suing the club over the way they handled his concussion episodes in 2015. The winger's professional rugby league career was cut short when he was medically retired last year. Despite the legal action, McManus will most likely retain his corporate job with the Knights. The Hunter Medical Research Institute will soon begin trials of a new device which could fast-track stroke diagnosis and treatment. Known as the Portable Stroke Finder helmet, the device has the potential to determine if a patient has bleeding in the brain en route to hospital. Director of Acute Stroke Services, Professor Chris Levi, says this could change the approach to stroke care.
The main potential change would be to be able to intervene much earlier. That first hour is often critical because there are things that are much more reversible if you get them early. So we're thinking if we can image the brain in the field whilst the patient's in transit to hospital, we can potentially start treatment an hour earlier than we would otherwise be able to do.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
New Zealand surfer Paige Hareb had the backing of Newcastle's Philippa Anderson going into yesterday's Surfest final, but it was Frenchwoman Johanne Defay who would take home the title. Defay won the final with 3 huge calves and says she had to keep her level head after a strong start.
It's been a good day, 2 good waves at the beginning, then it's obviously put you in a good situation at the straightaway, so I was trying to keep calm and be okay.
Meanwhile, Diego Dora thrashed his Brazilian compatriot Jesse Mendes in the men's final, scoring a perfect 10-point ride to score 18.83. The Newcastle Jets have it all to do in their bid for a top 6 finish after sharing the points with the Central Coast Mariners yesterday. It was the second straight game in which the Jets have dropped points to the teams below them and know they'll need to be much more clinical when they face Brisbane at home next weekend. And the Our Knights One Chance organisers have released a business plan they believe can have the Newcastle club running profitably within 3 years. The goal is to post a $200,000 profit by 2020. And the winning numbers in Weekend Lotto are 36, 7, 33, 29, 44 and 22, and the supplementaries are 45 and 5. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.